howdy, Xavier. Good to see you. Hopefully Nardi will catch this stream. Yes, Nardi's here. Good to see Nardi in here as well. All right, let's get some background music in here. What do we want to do today? I'll be honest, I actually don't know. Let's see. How about... Let's do the Honkai Star Rail cover by the English cast. I actually really like that one. Put that one on low. There we go. Yeah, we'll put that really low. There we go. See how this goes. Hey, Pantaray. Hey, Nobre. Alright, let's get my shots in today. Nardi, I know you said you wanted to get some stuff done as well, so we tried getting whatever we could find yesterday, but if there's more, just tell me. Okay, so first I think we want to go to the Morn Rampart. Because I think I missed some shots I need atop the thing. Become girly pop, Loki? No. Never! Never! I refuse! You know what? Maybe I'm putting it too low. Is the music too low for you guys? Am I being too paranoid? Ah, damn. I need to get the items here. How do you get up here again? Do you have to use this? Yeah. Okay. I don't have to destroy everything. There we go. There we go. It's fine for me personally. Okay, good. Because I put the volume lower for you guys so I can more clearly think. But I don't know if it might be too loud for you, the rest of you. Loki, are you the banished night lover? Yeah, honestly. Honestly, you can kind of call me the BK simp. It's pretty accurate. It's pretty close to being the truth. I don't know why, I just really think they're neat. It's funny with all these characters have demigods and shit. And my thing is the frickin' farm colonists, whose main trait is that they lose all the time. It's also why I like Godric. I guess I just have a thing for losers, chat. I just pity them. Must be some weird form of pity. Yeah, you have the warming stone, so I think this guy's the one we want, actually. Yeah, like this. There we go. Then we do this. And I have space in case I want to edit in the turtle shield. Got shots of that. I wanted to get a wide shot of all of this. There we go. Actually, I kind of like this one, too. Let's see. Yeah, you love DS2 and its fans. Oh, well, you know what? Never mind. Clearly my hypothesis is wrong. I don't like losers that much. Have you looked over the Ainsel River dock? Feasted your little eyes on it? Not yet, Nardi. I've been super busy lately. It's basically been work and streaming. I'm gonna get a look-see, though, because there is some stuff I want to look over for Ainsel. Let's see. I managed to recover mostly everything, by the way, which is such a relief, dude. I'm so glad to hear that. So you just got a little bit left of that Liurnia dock then to make up for. That's good. Yeah, I think this is a good shot. Honestly, I didn't really care about the Banished Knights until Loki started about. Wow, that's actually kind of touching, Xavier. I don't know if you intended that, but thank you. I'm glad I was able to pique your interest about something new in this game. Yeah, I just always found them very fascinating. Their history, the more I look into it, is just always kind of cool. Cool to look at. Alright, so we've got most of what I wanted here. Is there anything last minute stuff I want to talk about for Morn? Not really. I really hate it too, because I really do want to talk about this, right? With like the bodies and stuff, but I can't fit it anywhere. Like, what do? Do I put this in Godric? Like, it's such a weird aside, because it's just like a kind of like environmental detail where Miyazaki basically probably was like, oh, we need another swamp. Okay, we'll create this little like depression here, and there'll be lots of guys hanging, and then obviously their bodies and crap will fall over, and then of course that's going to result in them becoming this giant poisonous mass as everything rots and stuff, and it's ugh. Like what am I supposed to? Like, it's just one of those things where it's like it's such a like side tangent that doesn't really have anything to do with anything, but it's so neat. Watch Loki make me hate the Carians. Nardi, don't say that. I like the Carians. I would hate it if I made people hate the Carians because when I go deeper into the lore, that would be awful. Yeah, there's always like, it's always like stuff like this, right? Like this, I can at least see myself talking about in a post or something where I would talk about analyzing the jellyfish here, because then we can talk about how people keep pissing them off and they do get violent and they'll do shit like this, right? And we can talk about like some of the few little examples we have across the series. I mean, sorry, across the game, the world. But like some of this other stuff, it's like, damn. It's just really irrelevant to anything. Wait. Okay, just the sunflowers, gotcha. If you like them, you'd marry Ronnie. Okay, listen. It's hard, okay? All my waifu choices are weird. It's either marry a puppet, marry a dead chick. Actually, actually dead chick. And are there any other choices? I don't know. Like, those are the only two waifus I remember. I guess I could just marry Marika, but, like, Marika's, like, crumbly. I'm sorry, I'm not really into dry, dusty, old women. Just a preference I got, Yeah, nothing else here I'm seeing. Nothing to want here. Oh, yeah, so I think that white shot should do it. We got our shots there. We got the added stuff. I do need to add, though, the stuff with these demi-humans, though. That's something I'm going to have to add in a future update to the Godric post. See, guys, I'm going to still give you Elden Ring content. It's just... it's just going to be very piecemeal. We have the shots of the catacombs there. We don't need anything else relevant here. Seaside Ruins we're pretty solid on. Agia Lake South. Fort Height West. Mistwood. Let's get a frontal shot of the Mistwood Ruins, just because I think it would be good to have it. You get a hot mother-in-law too if you count Marika. Get two MILFs in-laws. Okay, here's a question. Can I get a shot of these ruins, but without the mist? Like, is that possible? Look at this, chat. All this open forest with not that much in it. Jeez, I do hope nothing will happen to it. You know, Zuli needs to come out with a video exploring what happens to make the whole opening of the Earth thing possible. Alright, we get out of here. And let's get off nighttime. Loki should cover Elder Scrolls lore? Never. What would be the point? Elder Scrolls lore is a fucking clusterfuck. It's, unlike Souls, it's designed for you to never find any actual truth, for the most part. Because at any point, the developers can just say, nah, it's actually going to be this now. Like, they purposely create conflicting stuff. And again, there's nothing wrong with that inherently. Like, it's a different type of storytelling. But, like, why would I ever want to do Elder Scrolls lore? It's basically just going to be me making fan fiction. I'm never going to actually feel like I'm contributing any closer to the truth. Like, I'm actually informing people. Like, yeah, no. And don't get me wrong, I like Elder Scrolls lore people and all that, too, to do stuff. But it's not something I would do personally, because that's just not my priorities when I do Souls lore, right? It's always weird for me to think about, but the reason I'm down this stupid rabbit hole is because I'm trying to inform people out of pure spite of the localization. So the graveyard doesn't load, which is fine. We just need the ruins too. Man, these ruins really look small when you really take a look at it, huh? You know, seeing this tree growing in the middle of it, I have to look at specifically where, but I'm starting to wonder if Kenneth even had a town he was lording over from Fort Height. I'm actually starting to wonder that, or if the town was already destroyed during the battles of the Fringe Folk rebellions. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder that now. God, Serval and Japard's VAs did such a good job in this cover, too. All the VAs did, honestly, for this. It's super cool when actors are so passionate about a project they're on that they, like, do, like, fan works for it. Yeah. Yeah. Do we have any comparison? Like, what's... Yeah, like, compare that to this. There's not nearly as many, like, trees or anything growing in the middle of it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there we go. God, and frickin' Genuine's VA going so high. Look, are you sure you're not getting a copyright strike? Why, is there a problem? Let me double check. So I realized something. Herba is affected by silver, but not by scarlet rot. Oh? Do cursed herba grows in the lake of rot? So it's actually resilient to that. Huh. I wonder if it's the fact that it is affected by silver that allows it to survive that. Huh. Interesting. Me making fiction. You'd be a good fanfic author. I could see you making it big on AO3. I mean, being a writer kind of makes me a fan fiction author in a way, right? I just write my own series to write fan fiction for. Yeah, we don't care about you. Let's see. Anything different here? More plants and stuff, but I'm not sure if it's strictly needed. So let's just do something like this. Just in case. That's what I was wondering, but I need to find a place with rot and herba. The problem is I don't think you will, Nardi, because I don't think we find herba in Caelid where there's so much rot. I think that's the problem. By the way, did anyone figure out how we can trigger the skeletons over here? I want to get the coffin cemetery over there, too, so let's do that right now. So in Zuli's video, are the sorcerers with blue eyes not tarnished? The ones like Moongrum and stuff? I assume Moongrum was never tarnished, because he's a Karian Knight. I don't know if the blue eyes, though, is significant so far as it implies they have incredibly close connection to, like, the moon and stars or something, or if it's just, or if it's just coincidence, because, you know, thematic connection or something. Alright, did you know I'm a fanfiction writer thanks to DS2's crappy plot? Yes, no, Bray, you poor bastard. No, Bray's training to become a professional fanfic writer. Trying to help clean up all the issues. I repeat myself again and again. DS2 is the game that would benefit the most from a remake. Like, just give us the type of remake that we usually get with, yeah, just give us the usual type of remake we would get from, Demon Souls or something like that, and just apply it to DS2. With just a few tweaks, some like, you know, reimagining of some, like, designs and stuff to be more consistent with the current lore. Like, you could totally have, like, a very, 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 very good DS2. I know, it's crazy to imagine, but we can be constructive here, chat. I don't know. I don't know if I like this. There we go. There we go. I think it's the lighting. I think if I fix the lighting, I can fix the rest of this. Hey, Iman! I knew that, Loki. Just confirmed there will be DS2 remake. I knew it. I knew it. yeah, guys. I got the inside scoop on the DS2 remake. It's totally happening, guys. Again, the fact I said again, another thing I always say: the fact that Namco Bandai hasn't announced a Dark Souls remake at this point is a crime against humanity. They should be put on trial and made to go bankrupt because they're clearly too stupid to make money. Gosh. Elden Ring sold 20 million copies. Gosh, Demon Souls got a remake that was decently popular and helped launch a console. Gosh, maybe we should make a remake of the game that was even bigger than Demon Souls and led to the popularity of Elden Ring. Huh, maybe we should do that. Now, let's just release another CGI trailer for a crappy remaster. Wait, too soon? Nah, the remaster's been out for years at this point now, right? We can all acknowledge that it was kind of crap. Sony 2 with Bloodborne. Yeah, Bloodborne. Like, what the fuck? It's now been confirmed through the leaks and stuff that Bloodborne has sold over 7 million copies. So they know the numbers. They know how much potential there is to expand that by releasing a remake on the PlayStation 5. They know it can move consoles. For all those Elden Ring Souls fans who want that experience playing Bloodborne and can't. Alright, let's see if maybe if I just run up to it. I'm gonna take off always stealth. There we go! Was that really it? That is so weird if that's the case, because the AI wasn't needed for the others, but it's needed here. Alright, let's, oh. Let's try to do this again, but we'll have the lighting ready so I can pause the game as soon as they get up. Yeah, over here. Gosh, let's finish ER DLC. Yeah, frick. Imagine actually getting ER DLC done in a timely manner. To be fair, though, they know everyone's gonna play it. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It doesn't matter if it's 5 years from now. The moment that shit happens, it'll be screamed about from here to Timbuktu. Like, there's just no escaping it. ER's too big. It is going to be the news story. Yeah, I don't care about your lawn yet. Little early. Little early. I'm gonna go this way then. Because I think there's another rest point that's closer. Close? Yeah, there it is. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a closer one we can work with. We're also gonna get the lighting to be... There we go. There we go. I will be calmly pacing back and forth until it releases. Yes, Xavier, calmly. And Xavier paced calmly. I'll be screaming at the top of my lungs. I want Lords of the Fallen DLC, or at least Liza P DLC sooner. Has Liza P confirmed DLC? I mean, props to people finally figuring out the Souls formula. I don't know if it's necessarily, like, down pat to, like, From Software level. But I'm not sure if you necessarily want to do that either, because, like, From Software is From Software. I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's one of those things where, like, people would love to have more From Software, but I'm not sure if they would like people, even if they could nail down and get From Software's thing, because maybe it's always going to feel like an imitation at some level. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just talking out my ass. There we go. There we go. Let's actually cover this guy. We don't need him in the shot. He's just a distraction. There we go. There we go. Ah, so there's gonna be DLC. That's cool. I want to see a Demon Souls DLC. It's never happening. You can't make DLC for a game that is already complete and pretty much told the story it wanted to tell with the limited resources it had. Like, could Miyazaki theoretically go back and add more and do sequels and stuff? Yeah, but we're not going to get him to do that, because he's always thinking about his next project. He's not thinking about, oh, how could I make Demon Souls, the old Demon Souls that I made better, right? He'd rather make a new game, taking what he learned, and putting it into that new project. So it just isn't gonna happen. ER DLC have 1 pick. Lord's Liza P DLC have 2 picks. Yeah! Already doing better than From Software. See those Liza P devs? They're really giving the fans what they want. AC6 DLC maybe? Maybe. That's actually possible with how they added the new parts and stuff that they honestly, I don't think they even ever announced that was the plan at launch, right? So it's possible. But generally, Armored Core has been the thing where they just make a new spin-off. So I think it's more likely we'll see more spin-off games in the Armored Core 6 universe. Loki, can you look at Karia Manor? Sure. What do you want me to look at in Karia Manor? Let's go. Was it this way or the other way? I can't remember. I think it was this way. Not that way, that's for sure. Yeah, there's those spirit vein things I can use here. I know there's a way to jump over there, I just can't remember what it was. Because I know me. I'm going to want to take shots with that stupid illusory wall there. Yeah, I think I can just do it from here. What? Okay, fine. Fair enough. Wait. I tabbed out. Take me to the stake of America. Please tell me it puts me on the other side. Please. Loki should do Liza P lore and learn Korean. No. Listen. No. No. Again, I mean this with all love to all my Korean readers. After learning Japanese, your language looks alien to me. Just looking at the characters, I'm just like, what is this? Like, ancient aliens, Egyptian, Babylonian script thing. But I just have no interest in Liza P, narratively. I think it's kind of cool conceptually. There we go. Make my life easier. That was embarrassing, Loki. Listen, it was not me, it was the game. I'm innocent. Okay, so is this gonna be glitched again? It's gonna like shoot the thing all the way over there, or is it actually gonna be on target? There we go. Alright, what do you want me to look at for Karia Manor, Nardi? Would it be a Loki stream without Loki killing himself in hilarious fashion? Nope. You are absolutely right, I am. What about Lords of the Fallen, then? Same deal. Lords of the Fallen doesn't really grab me. Again, it's a weird thing for me, because I'm someone who does content on From Software stuff, but I'm not like an uber FromSoft fan. I know, that sounds like a press X to doubt moment, but, like, I'm serious. Like, I would say Dark Souls is probably my top 10 games, but only because I've done so much for its lore that I've grown, like, unreasonably attached to the story and characters as a byproduct of, like, you know, engrossing myself so deep into it all. But, yeah, I'm more of a JRPG guy, and, like, horror, and, like, there's just, like, so many other genres that, like, I like and enjoy a lot more. Like, than just, like, FromSoft stuff. Three Sisters, gotcha. Aerial shot of the manor and the ruins. Okay, so we have to go all the way back here. I think I could do that with my other character. I don't need to do it here, but let's go here anyway, just in case my character needs to come here in the future. Thank God I took that. Gosh, I love me sometimes. I'm such an idiot. Ah. Exactly why. Just give up and do Trails lore. Nah, Trails will do Trails lore for me. They write volumes and volumes of lore. You don't ever need to actually explain lore to someone. You tell them, just play the game. It'll literally tell you everything. Every little last detail eventually. Actually, yeah, I'll leave it. Alright, so 3 sisters, 3 sisters, 3 sisters. I don't want to trigger our boss friend here. So I'm going to do this. Alright, let's see. Somebody's still pooping outside. It's so terrible. Pooping or popping? Fireworks are happening in my area, but they're a little far. You see the hawk lever at the wooden elevator here? Yeah. We'll see Lois next year, though, Loki. Yeah, this year, Ilium Lois is getting done. That is most certainly happening. Bro, you keep dying. Listen, it's just my talent. I love me, dies. Don't you love yourself so much you just gotta kill yourself? You're like, God, I'm so wonderful. I really should die. Said nobody ever. Alright, so, is this the shot you think, Nardi? Right, this? God, I hate that effect. Looks awful. Alright, so 3 sisters. We're gonna do it at multiple angles for you. So you can really kind of get a sense of the layout. There we go. Let's see. No. There we go. Let's see. There we go. There we go. It's foggy. Yeah, I hate the fog. Ruins everything. Alright, I think we need a closer up of this. We have lots of ruins here. So as far as I can tell, there are ruins. I'm not sure if there's any here in this corner that aren't rendering from the game. I guess we'll check when I switch over to another character. But it does look like the 3 sisters are arranged in ways so that there's ruins everywhere. This is the one where, Sullivis's thing is, right? Yeah, okay. There's at least some sort of living thing here. Alright, let's see. Some sort of living arrangement. I don't see anything on the map, so I think those ruins are in fact accurate. Is that all, Nardi, or anything else I missed? If dragons eat mages, why they don't poop magic-tinged excrements? Do we have confirmation of that? I don't know if we get any type of excrement from them. Let's get us off of low LD. I'm trying to see if those ruins were meant to be the actual living quarters of the royal family or the servants. I could see that. It could also... I'm trying to think. It could also be, it could be a mixture of both, like the core royals, like Renala and people, would be raised inside the main castle, and then other royals and stuff that were, like, ancillary relations would be living here. Another option is, like you said, servants would live here, because you have the Three Sisters towers. So let's assume that the three witches, daughters of Renala, were living here. Would this be then where they worked, and so there were a bunch of sorcerers here that worked in, like, labs here? Is that the idea? I don't know, I can't remember all the items we can find in this area to see if there's anything that could strongly indicate, research. But that might be hard because we have both Celavus and Ronnie here, so it could just be that it's related to their stuff and not strictly related to the original purpose of those ruins. It's definitely big enough to be considered, villages and towns, or at least one giant city structure similar to what we have down here and other much smaller ruins that serve a similar purpose. There's also the King's Realm ruin, which seems like it might have been a servant's town. I'm not sure about servants because we see noble sorcerers are supposed to be in charge defending there, and they're the ones who get attacked by the cuckoos and, like, you know, overwhelmed and all that. So I'm not sure about that. Also, again, because people like Acer get confused by this, this is not a Kingsfield reference. The term King's Realm is somewhat of a localization liberty. The translation is more accurately like the Royals' territory ruins. So the territory of there are ruins on the territory of the royal family, which this is all territory of the royal family. I guess you could argue the entire west is from here up to here too, but, like, you know, I'm not sure if that's relevant, at least for now. True, true. There's also the Ice Needle sword thingy. Yes, that's true as well, because we see thrusting swords typically associated with nobility, so the fact that EG makes that specific weapon specifically sort of supports that. Now, again, I don't know if the idea is supposed to be these are Erdtree nobles that are now affiliated with Caria, or if the idea is supposed to be that the nobles, similar to, like, the nobles we find at the Moonfolk ruins over here, right? So, like, this is the old nobles, right? Yeah, this is the nobles' ruins, I think. But the nobles left, and they ended up going to the Moonfolk ruins, which was also in ruins. But hey, I guess it's better than whatever's going on over down here, right? Or whatever. So, could those nobles also supposed to be actual quote-unquote Karian nobles, and they're just copy-pasting the Erdtree noble stuff because they have no other design, right? And they didn't want to, like, recolor them even or something like that. That's the only thing I could think of. But I guess we'll see. Frenzy Village outskirts. I mean, we definitely know, like, the ones here have to be, like, Erdtree ones, because they also include the pages and stuff that are with the that are associated with the Erdtree, and you can't really get around the whole perfuming thing that these guys do. So it's very clear they're supposed to be pages to nobles post related to, like, Lingdell and post Radigan as Elden Lord. So it's like, Pretty sure the King's Realm nobles are Karian. I don't see any evidence of them being Erdtree from the items I picked up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not sure how religiously I should keep to the design of these enemies in context like that, where we're literally given nothing else to really support an Erdtree connection outside of the model itself being a copy-paste. Anyway, what else do I need shots of related to this? We got all this stuff, we have that. I remember that graveyard was something we need, so let's switch over to Barbarian Man. Corey. Frozen Needle, a ton of Rime Crystal Bloods, and a ton of Glintstone Fireflies from corpses. Yeah, it's all very consistent with the rest of the Karian territory, so... Alright. That's a Lordran reference. Yeah, I think this is good. You know, I don't usually get shots from this angle, but I actually kind of like it. Yeah, like, I actually don't hate this shot. Kind of surprised at myself. Can I get any, yeah, higher LOD here? There we go. There we go. Wait, where's my character? I actually forgot where I parked myself. Well, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure I'm not in the shot, right? I wouldn't do something as stupid, chat, as put myself in the shot after going to all this trouble, right? Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd never be so stupid. Yeah. See, I covered myself. I'm fine. Stupid trees! Alright, I think it's good enough. I think you guys get the idea with these reference images, so. We'll just show how the highway comes up to this slope. There we go. We'll do this shot. And this shot. Beautiful. I would like to see one odd day, you streaming Darkest Dungeon. Ooh, you know, that's not a bad idea, man. I do like me some Darkest Dungeon. Mostly watching others play, but wouldn't it be a bad idea for me to maybe try streaming it every now and then? 1 or 2, man. What do you think? I haven't really been following 2 that closely since it first came out. Let's get rid of higher LODs. What's odd is Moonlight Altar has more Erdtree faction items than Karia Manor and King's Realm. Which Erdtree items in particular? What would be cool is if some data miner could document all the colors of spirits and where they appear. What do you mean by colors of spirits? Do you mean like the different like spirit NPCs we can talk to, or other or like NPC invaders and stuff? Like, clarify for me what we're defining as spirit. 1, not 2. Okay, yeah. Let's see. Academy Gate Town. Eastern Liurnia Lakeshore. We got the stuff there. We got the graveyard stuff there. There's no more graveyard stuff I should care about, right? Like, this is Liurnian War. Liurnian War. Liurnian War. Liurnian War. And there's nothing real. There's like the 1 or 2 one-off isolated graves. I'm not sure what to make of those. They might just be kind of like little like individual story some dev came up with to add a little detail, which again is fine. No issue with that. It's just not relevant to what I'm doing. We have all those shots for... so that's all done. Where is that? Here. This was all Crucible era. Oh, we don't have shots of this graveyard. That's what it was. The Church of Irith and stuff. We don't have shots of this. I completely forgot. I was like, wait a second. One is more fun, two is kind of simplified. Yeah, they went more roguelike. With like the 3D stuff of you kind of just like going on a path and you kind of go divide and you just repeat again and again. It definitely doesn't have the same, I wouldn't say charm, but the same feel as the other one. I don't think either is bad. I think the new animations and stuff they did with like the kind of pseudo 3D model stuff they're doing is really cool. But yeah, I definitely think one is probably the more enjoyable to watch someone play over and over again. It's like DBD. Do I like DBD? Yes. Am I going to play DBD religiously on this channel? No. I'll do it every time there's an anniversary with like double rewards or something, or there's like a really, really big character or event that gets me really enthused. But lately it's mostly just been like licensed characters and stuff, so I just can't be bothered. I have never cared for Dead by Daylight's licensed content. I've always been about their original characters. It just feels like so much of their stuff is now licensed. It's really, really, really hard for me to get enthused about playing. Not to mention, you play too much DBD, you go insane anyway. Is this good? Let's put this on midday. Yeah, I guess this works. There we go. What's DBD? Dead by Daylight. I played it a few streams over the summer because they were doing their anniversary thing. But not much since. And again, like I said, it's because I cannot be bothered. Again, nothing wrong with Dead by Daylight. That's a whole nother can of worms, but I'm just not interested in playing it like constantly on the channel, despite me liking it. It's nighttime. I'm not sure if I like what that does to the skyline, so... God, the frame drops with higher LODs. Okay, let's get this over with. Part of me wants to finish up the learning a doc tonight and tomorrow, but I gotta pace myself. I agree, Nardi. You don't want to burn yourself out and, like, get yourself too distracted. I have so many projects right now, and it's starting to get a little much for me over the... But, you know, that's what happens when you wanna live. But yeah, like, there's no rush, Nardi. You don't need to get it all done right now. So, like, feel free to take your time. Plus, even if, like, I'm missing some data for an analysis or something, I can always go back and add it in after I publish the analysis, right? Like I was talking about earlier about how there's something for the Godric thesis I could probably add right now. Again, it's nothing wrong with being a little quote-unquote late. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like this much better. Call me crazy, chat, but I like this much better. That's too much. I think this is fair, yeah. I like that. There we go. There we go. Woo! There we go. Alright. It's exhausting being this all-knowing and all-powerful Loki. Never become a successful lore keeper like me. I'll take your advice, Nardi. I'll make sure that I become the no-knowing. Okay, Gideon off near. Hey, Victor Gaming. Welcome in. I know, but I'm sitting on mountains of Vine and lore that I want to show y'all. Again, it's fine. A lot of stuff that we see or we've gone over before. But, like, any new stuff you have, Nardi, feel free to maybe, like, prioritize it if you want. But, like I said, just don't, like, feel like you have to, like, complete an entire area overnight so you can share it all. I can hear the fireworks coming. Gideon was never an all-knowing. Yeah, let's keep on shitting on poor old Gideon. We all know he deserves it, clearly. I mean, he's British. You know how happy America was to hear that her, when, that Godfrey took Stormvale? Can you just imagine, like, she's like, oh, they're all dead, all those filthy traitors who can't appreciate a good god. Oh, I have to consecrate these burials. Really rub salt in the wound. There we go. Makes me think about Loki Season 2 ending, World Tree. I'm not really into Marvel, so I can't talk on that front. Are you working on any docs involving Elden Ring that will involve Liurnia soon? That's what I'm taking shots of right now, because most likely what's going to happen is I'm going to look into, like, on the side, reorganizing my analysis of the end of the Erd Tree of the Crucible and, like, the aftermath. And I think I'm going to try to figure out if I'm going to, like, do, like, a piecemeal, or if I'm going to create a post that I'll delete and then, like, re-add the information to another post when I make eventually, or what have you. Because I need to talk about, like, the Crucible stuff and, what America does with the research and the studies and all that stuff, and Aoheed, so that way, when I talk about the Fringe Folk Rebellion after that, which, again, is going to involve Liurnia here, I'm going to be able to do so without any complaints. Because I have to talk about Aoheed before I can talk about the Fringe Folk Rebellion, because, again, a pretty core part of my analysis of the rebellion is going to involve the fact that Mistwood Ruins is Aoheed. Like, the Mistwood is Aoheed, or was Aoheed, once upon a time, right? And then, yeah, there's a few other things that also are going to basically need to be prefaced with, like, America stuff at the Third America Church. A few details having to do with the conflicts going on here, right? Like, it's just better if I have the Crucible end out of the way. But I have to figure out how I'm going to do that without conflating it with the Omen stuff or anything else. I think that's the only thing in the immediate future, though, that's going to involve Liurnia and stuff. Because, again, I'm cutting back to focus back on Dark Souls. Y'all just mad America got mad hole from Renala. Let a girl boss gaslight and gatekeep, lol. Look, did you figure out what that one Liurnia grave in Lingdell? You mean the quote-unquote Melina grave in front of the other church? Nope, nothing in particular about that one. But again, I've refused to do the deep dive on Glowmite Queen / Melina. Because I just find that topic so boring. I'm going to be regurgitating what a bunch of other content creators have said before. I have not that much new to add to it. Most of what I would add would be the psychological analysis, which again is the thing I find the least up my alley. like, my main thrust in contribution to the lore community has to do with the translations and stuff. And there's not too much translation-wise to talk about when it comes to the Black Flame stuff. It's pretty on point, the localizer. Okay, yeah, I don't think there's anything else here. So, that's done. God, we're already almost at nighttime again with this thing. Lakeside Crystal Cave, no. There's nothing else here. There. Okay, so I think we have all the Liurnia shots we're gonna need, I think. Unless there's something I'm really missing. No maidens? Hello, Oroni-san. Are you new? I don't recognize the name. No maidens. We're maidenless here. It's a maidenless new year. It feels like Marika spent the entire second half of her reign just being so salty. I mean, she has a lot of good reason to be salty. No one likes thinking they're God, only to discover that really they're just God's puppet. That does a lot to someone's ego. And you don't quite recover from that. Translation, Loki can't write women. Yeah! Those damn women! I mean, there just isn't much to write. Like, what am I supposed to write about women? That they're always in the kitchen? Nardi, you're gonna get me canceled one of these days because you just egged me on. That's the real reason he hasn't done the Karians yet, because they're all women. I'm sorry, you guys are just too much. Alright, I think we've done everything there. Oh, I love you, chat. Let's see. Castle Ward, Storm Hill. Marika learned her godhood was more of an office than an outright ascension. That's a very good way to put it, Night Scout. Saved ever since, yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things where, again, I don't want to just say, like, oh, she was just, like, you know, like, just, you know, constantly, like, unreasonably mad or anything, or irate or something. It's just one of those things where, like, once you realize that you weren't really given the unfettered power you thought you have, you're going to have to, respond accordingly and figure out then what are your limits, what can you do, how can you get around it, like what can you get away with, all that stuff. Like, that's just going to happen, and it's a mentality that she's going to have in all her actions going forward. Now, again, I've not done the deep dive, so I'm not sure how far, like, say, the Tarnished and all that factors in to whatever her plans have been. Because it's clear that one of her underlying ideas, like, her like, ideal goal in the long term would be to get rid of the Greater Will, or at least disconnect her powers from the Greater Will So that way she could be completely autonomous as God, right? I don't know, though, how far she was planning before she got locked up, of course. It's obvious that I know there's the theory that, like, Marika's involved with the Knight of the Black Knives or something. It's very clear, not her plan. So the only way you could even assume that she was somehow involved in the conspiracy at any level is that she didn't actually know what the conspiracy was about, which at that point it's like it's the same thing as her not being part. It's much easier to assume she's just has no involvement in it whatsoever. Well, there is the classic FromSoft thread of seeking immortality going to backfire tremendously. I wouldn't say necessarily seeking immortality, but just immortality in general. Backfiring tremendously. Like, it's not all it's cracked up to be. Because there are really cases in FromSoft games where there isn't really, like, say, a seeking aspect to it. But it still has the shitty consequences. It's usually something else, and the immortality is just the consequence. In my opinion, Ronnie has zero reason to cover for America. If Ronnie says I did it all, then Ronnie did it all. No America help in the Night of the Black Knights. I agree with you, Night Scout. I agree. I think the problem with trying to argue like with America, because, and again, this is usually based on that one line about how America has like a relation or close, and I've talked about this before. The Japanese terminology refers more so of a psychological connection / affinity, rather than like an actual like, oh, we're in contact with each other, right, per se, right? So there's a lot more room to simply believe that America was the lore for America there was just trying to acknowledge the fact that she's a Newman, so were the Knights of the Black, so were the Assassins, or at the very least they're related to Newman, right? So there's a connection in that respect, but she herself was not actually behind it. I just think that case is really hard to argue, especially at this point. Now that people have had the time to digest, because I know it was a really early theory. I think now that people have had the time to digest all the data, it just really doesn't make sense. I think Smotown put it best, in my opinion, which is like, she's essentially has to concoct a plot that drives herself insane.
Is anybody there?
And it's just really hard imagining putting yourself in a position that way. Or what you would hope to accomplish out of any cooperation with the Assassins, who would, of course, backstab her tremendously. I think FromSoft likes to explore mad science dashes toward a poorly resourced immortality, Faustian bargains, putting the cart before the horse, etc. Yeah, but I do agree. I think there is something to that, but I don't think it's strictly that when we're talking about the immortality thing. Because, like, you wouldn't say that's what's going on in Demon Souls, right? Per se. Like, we don't have really any character who's going for like, some immortality intentionally with, like, through, like, Demonhood or the Monumental or something. Like, there's no character like that. It's a completely separate byproduct of other circumstances that those games focus on. And the immortality is still, of course, always shown its downsides for the people, because there's always some strings attached to being made an immortal. But yeah, I would agree. FromSoft likes the idea of, like, mad scientists and Faustian bargains and things like that, where there's always a catch. There's usually something to it that's going wrong, whether inherent to whatever the bargain is, or just sort of, like, side or related to it because of other circumstances complicating the results. I think, though, it's generally because FromSoft aware as a developer don't like their characters and their stories to necessarily be straightforward. I don't mean that in, like, making them needlessly convoluted or something like that. I mean in terms of, like, you have a very obvious simple plot line you can go to that's very, like, basic, but they tend to want to, like, add at least one wrinkle there, so that way, you know, it's a little more interesting, because it's a little different from what you normally would see. Not to say there isn't a lot of, like, you know, the typical tropes of their stuff either. I'm just saying that usually there's, like, something there to, like, add something new to the conversation about that type of archetype or something. Yeah, I can't think of anything else, so I think we might be ending here. Like, I think I've gotten everything else that I want. Let's retake the shot of the Church of Dragon Communion without the... No, wait, no, this is the... Wait, no, this is the one where I have it, so I have to go to the other character. Whatever, I'm not going to do it then. Too lazy to switch. First step. Anything from the Frontier Grave? There's just the Banished Knight there, right? With the fire. I don't know if I need to get a shot of him doing the fire thing, though. We have shots of that. We don't need anything for the Murk Water. Yeah, I think we've covered stuff pretty thoroughly. Kaled Highway, the Waypoint Ruins, Fort Gale. Do we need anything from Jail Cave? No, I already have the shots for that. I want to get the shot of these ruins with maybe the graves in the background. Because I got the graves, I don't know if that's like all I should be getting. Alright, fine, you convince me. There we go. There you go. I just love the fact that they're just... Praise be the butterflies! Yeah. There you go. God, that is so funny to me. Yeah, this is even better a shot, I think. I think that this works better. There we go. There we go. Alright, that should do it. So these guys actually cast rot sorceries through their staves? They might. Their staves do have fungi and other, like, sort of, like, signs of rot on them. So I would be surprised if their staves are conducive to their poisonous works that they do. God, this fog. It's awful. I hate it. Let's get daytime here. Maybe that'll help. Live these poison incantations? Yeah, I assume that's what Xavier's talking about when he says rot. Yeah, just gotta get the shot above it. My secret's undone. Yeah, there we go. There we go. It's not perfect, but it's better than what we were getting. There we go. I think Kaled might actually have Herba OMG. Actually, if you find some, that's great then, Nardi. You could use that for your comparative analysis. Alright. Alright, we've covered that. Good, good, good. Woo! Anything else Kaled related I need? Like anything from here? No. Anything anything from there? No. Anything from inside Radon's area? I guess the chapel? I guess I could take shots at the chapel, because I can't remember if I did before. Let me actually look up my, my Caelid folder. It should be right here. Let's see. Caelid Coliseum. Also, I learned there's 2 acceptable spellings for Coliseum. I did not know that. I always thought it was the one. But then again, shows my Italian blood. All I think of is the O, not the I. Let's see. We have the gates. We don't have good shots of the chapel stuff, so yeah, we can get shots of that then. That'll be now. We got shots of these guys before, so this is nothing new. Oh, I didn't realize the roof was red. Huh. I wonder if the roof tiles are different. Depending on the area or something. Yeah, that sort of caught me off guard. There you go. There you go. I do love how the Stormvale chapels and stuff have these things all, like, eroded off, as if, like, all the heavy storm winds and stuff kind of get rid of them over the long time that Stormvale's been around or under construction. I find that a very neat detail they included. Because they're completely fine in, Castle Sol in here. So, again, it's just one of those cool little things. Oh, I didn't even realize they used the same Stormvale little lion guys here. That's cool. Yeah, I think this is better. Let's, Yep, let's do this. Switch up the lighting. So the roof is red even when fully loaded, not just with the LOD model. Yep. In fact, let's get the higher quality stuff. That looks good. I think that's acceptable. Getting back to midday, because I like that as our, like, basic. Oh, whoops, right. Can't just freely explore right now. Anything interesting we can say about the interior? I don't think so, right? Like, it's pretty basic. Yeah, it's just woman with her vase. Same stuff as the others, so, like, nothing too crazy. There may be bookshelves or stuff that isn't loading, though, but I can't remember. Oh, they're eroded in Stormdale? Really neat. Yeah, almost, like, yeah, like, you might find, like, 1 or 2 of these, maybe, that might be eroded or something, but yeah, at Stormvale, they almost all are. It's pretty universal. It's really cool when you notice it. I bet you'll find, like, some broken ones in the ravine below where that, Godwin's face thing is, right? When you're first entering that area, you'll find some of them in the lower section where you're like, oh, look, some things, like, fell and broke or whatever, but, like, yeah, for the most part, they're all, a face. Actually, let's see if we can find some broken ones here. Right, like, so these are here, these are, yeah, pretty consistent with Castle Sol. This side? Yep. Yeah, they're all here. But yeah, it's one of those neat things. Kind of like when you see the trees in the Chapel of Anticipation, how they're, like, bent. like it, you know, sort of to kind of go with all the heavy winds that probably just cause the trees to like unnaturally grow almost sideways. Stuff like it's one of those details where it's like that is really neat that they did that. Also, lol, clipping that no one will notice because no one can go look at that angle. Alright, so I think I got all the shots I'd want where it'd be like, okay, they took over, they built a church here. We all good. We have the graveyard back here, of course. Yeah, I think I already have shots of this graveyard, so I shouldn't bother. I should just make sure they're different from the shots I had for Radon, Castle Radon, because obviously there's a different intention there. Yeah, there's nothing else here that's, like, really of interest. It's pretty typical castle stuff, otherwise. Though, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think we get a Banished Knight castle with this colored brick before. Am I wrong? This brick is more orange than usual, right? Has that more brown-orange look to it. Again, maybe it's just, like, the lighting of the game, but... It looks like I think it's supposed to be, like, different material compared to, like, the typical, like, darker or neutral gray rock we get, right? Oh, can you, check where the Crucible Knight is while you're fighting the Mystic God? I think he joins the fight with a special descending from light animation. I think he just spawns in, but, yeah, sure. I thought it was, like, the walk-in animation for Everjails, but I could be wrong. It's been a while since I did this fight. If I remember right, he takes a little bit of time, but he comes in on his own. It's like somewhere here, right? Oh, he literally just flies in. God, I'm stuck here. Kill me, boy. There we go. Maybe it was just BK's building. Oh yeah, yeah. In my analysis, I argue that is exactly what happened. The Banished Knights built it, and it's taken over later. But yeah, I don't think that has a. I don't think that's the factor that's deciding the stonework. It might be just like the developers wanted to go with like something that's fitting the topography, but I'm not too familiar with like stonework to know if it would fit a place like Caelid, especially Caelid pre what's the word? Especially Caelid pre pre-rot. There we go. All right. He's right here. So he's here the whole fight. That's actually kind of cool. Unfortunately, I can't really... He's too high up for me to get a really good shot of. I could probably do it this way. But not the other way. Damn. Damn. There we go. Oh, sorry, I meant that was not just BK's building. Ah, I see what you're trying to say there. Nah, because we see that with other areas that where there's some involvement, and the stonework is usually the same generic stuff. Again, I think it's just to fit with the area. I think it's supposed to be like they use different stone. Granted, actually, on that subject. Nah, I'm gonna hold that. Oh, what was that? Okay, just the fireworks. I was like, holy hell, did someone, like, shoot? There we go. Let's see. Let's do this one more time. Ah, damn. Again, gonna be real quick here. Alright, so we do that. No. I think this is fair. I think this is a fair shot. Yeah. I know I've gotten shots of these two together like this, so... Let's just get myself killed one last time. Get out of here. Soulsologist, the whole animation. Wow, that'd be cool to see a normal site in the free cam. Okay. One last time, Night Scout, but then we're ending this. Also, this will be the end of the stream because I'm going to be doing a Honkai Star Rail stream for New Year in a sec. So let me first get this to normal. There we go. So if you want to stay tuned for that, like an hour from now, I'm going to take a small break first. But if you want, feel free to join me for that too. And that we will be celebrating a little Gwei Happy New Year. Let's make Guinevere happy and show her that we care. Unpaused. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Woo! Alright, so yeah, that covers everything I want to do, so we'll be... See you guys all back in an hour. Looking forward to doing more HSR. Casual with you all. Hope you guys have a happy new year. So thanks so much for joining me on so many streams this past year. It's crazy to think I've been doing this now for a year. I'm hoping to do even more next year. But I guess we'll just have to see how that goes along. Weeb shit. Yay! You heard me, Nardi. I'm a weeb. You got a problem with that? Anyway, we gotta get going, so see you later, everybody. Bye-bye.